got some good news for Minnesota Gopher fans, basketball specifically. So Minnesota Gophers men's basketball team has hired Ben Johnson as their new head coach. Now, a little bit of a background on Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, currently, well, not currently, but was the assistant coach at Xavier under head coach Travis Steele. Ben Johnson actually graduated from Minnesota in 2005. He played 2 seasons there, averaging around 9 points per game after spending 2 seasons at Northwestern. And then he also spent 5 seasons as the assistant coach in Minnesota under their former coach Patino, who was recently fired, or they recently parted ways, or whatever it was. And there is a quote from Ben Johnson himself, and he said, and I quote, "The University of Minnesota is such a special place and has impacted me in immeasurable ways on and off the court. I want to thank President Joan Gable, uh, Julie Manning, who is the deputy AD, and athletic director Mark Coyle, everyone involved in the research process for believing in me and trusting me to lead the historic program. I am ready to get to work." Um, he will receive a 5-year contract pending approval from the Board of Regents. I guess that's what it is. Um, and yeah, that's basically all to know about Ben Johnson. He's basically been an assistant coach for a very, very long time. And this article was written by Jeff Borzello, ESPN staff writer. So you know what, Nate, you go first. Your thoughts on Ben Johnson becoming the new head coach of the Minnesota basketball team?
Well, first of all, I just want to wish Ben, congratulations to Ben Johnson. Best of luck to him and the Golden Gophers. Uh, I don't know how old is he. I don't know how old he is. He graduated in 2005, so I would assume he's, I want to say he's in his like 40s, maybe late 30s, early 40s, something like that. Whatever it is, if that's the case,
Probably
then
in like his late, yeah, he's probably in his like late 30s, early
yeah.
40s. Yeah.
If that's the case, then he's got a lot of time on his side. He's got a lot of time on his side to adapt to the head coaching role because he's been an assistant coach. Going from assistant coach to head coach is a big deal. I know some people don't like to think that, but it really is. When you think about it. But another thing that he's got going for him is that he's a former player. I absolutely love the idea of former players becoming coaches. Because if there's anybody you want to be your coach, it's someone who played the game at one point or another, at least. You know what I mean? I know there have been very successful coaches. I know there have been very successful coaches in other sports that didn't play the sport and they ended up becoming very successful. I know the Cardinals manager. I can't remember his name, but he never played a single game of baseball and he became manager of the St. Louis Cardinals and look at what he's doing with the team. He's doing a really good job with it. But I think that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible for former players or for non-players to become coaches, but I think the best thing for a coach, the best attribute for them to have is the fact that they played the game at one point or another. Because at least you have the knowledge of this and that and whatever. That's why I like the idea of players becoming general managers and front office executives and all this stuff. That's why I like that idea because if there's anybody in the world that knows the game or knows these players or follow them, it's former players. We got LeBron James over here owning the Boston Red Sox. I can only imagine what he's going to do with them. Patrick Mahomes owns the Kansas City Royals. He was a former baseball player himself. Both of them were. And they own those teams respectively. So I really like the idea that they're bringing back Ben Johnson, who actually played for them for a couple of years. May not have been that great, but obviously he had to have some kind of knowledge in order for him to play for them. So with that being said, I wish Ben Johnson the best of luck. I wish the Golden Gophers the best of luck. Now I'll pass on to you, Mario.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it from there. I absolutely completely agree, 100%. Obviously, former baseball players or basketball players, when they go into or football players, whatever sport you want to talk about, when they end up ending their sports career, they end up going into coaching. Um, yeah, I absolutely agree with this. First of all, congratulations to Ben Johnson. Obviously, it must be a pretty good feeling to be the new head coach of your alumni. You know what I'm saying? That must be a huge, big, big feeling for him. Um, and the one thing I like about like basketball wise is that when it comes to football, right? Every single year you only have 4 teams. You only have 4 teams in the finals, right? Depending on like the way that the committee like sets up the 4 teams. With basketball, Honestly, Nate, if you're good enough to make it to like the NCAA tournament every year, maybe get past like the round of 32, regardless, this year it's been a lot tougher to get past the round of 32. But in any other year, if you're able to like just keep having a good record and keep going to the NCAA tournament, you end up having a pretty good career as a basketball coach. It's as simple as that. Like you said, he has age on his side, which is a very, very big thing. You're looking at what it's done for guys like Jim Boeheim, the coach of Syracuse. He's been coaching for a very, very long time. He's one of the best coaches out there. Obviously, Coach K, Roy Williams on UNC. They have illustrious careers because they've been coaching for so long. Um, I'm trying to think. John Calipari, obviously, he's a very, very good coach as well. So there's a lot of them, and I can't think of every single one off the top of my head, but there are a lot of good head coaches out there who have been coaching for very, very long periods of time and have became some of the greatest NCAA coaches to coach the game. And this is just the start of Ben Johnson's journey. Who knows? Maybe 40 years down the line, he's one of those. He's one of those guys who has been coaching for a very, very long time. Going back to what you said about Patrick Mahomes and LeBron James, I actually looked this up, Nate, and this might shock you. I couldn't find one article about LeBron James being a baseball player.
Really, I heard he was.
I thought so too. I didn't know. The only things I could find is football and basketball. I mean, if somebody knows, like, please comment down below. But
I know
like,
he
I'm
I know he follows baseball, but
yeah, he follows it pretty well. I just don't. I thought he played it. I thought he did, but
yeah,
I looked it up and I couldn't find it. I was like trying and digging through. I just couldn't
interesting.
find it. But if somebody knows, please comment down below. He had to play in like freaking. He had to play in like little league or something, right?
Or like high school or something like that.
Well, high school. If he was that good, I would have found something. I didn't. The
Yeah,
only thing
that's
I could
true.
find was like him in the NFL. They compared him to like Randy Moss as a wide receiver, but um, other than that, that's about it. But going back to the actual topic with Ben Johnson. I mean, the Minnesota basketball team, obviously, next year is a new season for them, and hopefully they could start that like trend for basketball there. Like, because obviously, I'm not saying they're not known for basketball. I'll say that school is mostly known for like football and hockey. That's what I'll say. I'll say Minnesota is obviously a big, big hockey town. Football, the Minnesota Golden Gophers are usually a pretty good team. Um, so I would like to say that Ben Johnson being there, if he is able to coach his team very, very well, Ben Johnson could have a tremendous legacy in this league and in the NCAA. It's as simple as that. It's all about how he coaches. It's all about how far he can take his team. It's as simple as that. So with that being said, I wish Ben Johnson the best of luck. Again, congratulations to him on head coach and his alumni. And I wish him and the Minnesota Gophers the best of luck next season.